locked so I can't run into my bolts. We're touching here, we're touching here. And now we're going to see if we can make a touch here. Well guys, pretty happy with this. As you can see, it's kind of got casting defects everywhere. I could get those out, maybe, but what usually happens when you start chasing things like this, they get bigger. Now I have one good edge that's straight on this whole thing. Nothing else is. But I've got that now. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to make a fixture that I can clamp this upright and use that edge as a surface for the as a reference point for my fixture. Got to go buy some metal. I was having trouble figuring out how I was going to hold that straight edge. After a couple nights, I just decided, oh heck, just go ahead and make another fence. The fence that I've been using all these years is 6.5 inches tall, and the back on that 4-foot straight edge is only about 3 3/4. So I ran down to the steel yard, picked up a joint of 4x4 angle iron with a 1/2 inch thick. Loved to have 3/4 inch, but it's like 3 times the amount of money. So I've got a 4-foot piece here. It's kind of rusty a little bit, so I'm going to run a wire wheel over it. And then I'm going to use the mag drill to bore some holes, and those holes will be used to clamp this to the table of the planer. So that's what I'm doing. Just realized that there's no markings on this piece of steel. So I'm wondering where the heck it came from. I don't know. For what I'm using it for, it's okay. Just getting a bad taste in my mouth about Chinese things lately. Out of this heavy table, so it shouldn't go anywhere on me. Now that other kit was, how do you pronounce it, Hujin, and they were high dollar. This is a more inexpensive set that I bought off of, I think it was Amazon. That is a 13/16. Got a 3/4 inch hole. I think that'd be just about right. Now, for those of you that never messed with the mag drill, these are called annular cutters. Similar to a hole saw, and they make a plug that comes out, and what you have to do is have this insert go in here. Now it sticks through, and as you drill, it goes up into a recess in the arbor. And then when you retract out of the metal, this pushes out and pushes the plug out. It's also very handy, that little point right there, for lining it up on your workpiece. That's why I made just a simple mark here. I guess I could make it easier on myself and put a center punch on it. Another little tool I use is this on-mark optical center punch. Still buy this, and this one's about 35 years old. Comes with a little aluminum body. Comes with an optical alignment tool. This has got a little, I don't know if you can tell, if I can get there. There's a little circle, well, it's on the other end. I couldn't see it. Here, come on, focus camera. There's a little circle. Going to be difficult. Don't they know I'm trying to make a YouTube video here? Don, I'm trying to make a YouTube video here. What?
Well, you're making it without me. You can't do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't show up for work today. Are you drunk? Now, if you buy the cheaper cutters, they don't come with a set of wrenches, Allen wrenches, to install them on your mag drill. There's two little flats cut into this annular cutter, and there's two corresponding set screws here. Slide that in, tighten that one until it can't rotate. And do this one. I guess with two, it's pretty securely held in place. I guess they pronounce this Hujin. Well, these are the huge and they have 2 inches depth of cut. They also make them 1 inch. These are only like a 1 inch depth of cut. These I buy if I got to go through the hole a lot. You know, like a piece of 2 inch, and I want the holes to line up. All right. Now this model has a little light that shines down so you can line up on your alignment marks. I was showing you this. Basically stick this on. I kind of look through the hole and kind of get it centered first. Then I throw this in there. Look through it, line it up where I want it. Take this pin out, this one in, and whack it. That's to 1/1000th of an inch. In fact, my score lines are usually much bigger than the target on this thing. I'll buy another one of these just for backups. Nowadays, you never can tell when they go out of business. Okay, the lights are on. Should be able to rotate this down. Go, turn on the magnet. I'm going to need to put some cutting fluid in it. Now, I ran out of their Roto Magic, so I just started putting in what I usually use for coolant. It's synthetic, and it seemed to do okay. This has got a coolant system, little hose that comes through this brass collet. And I found that you got to run the coolant or that collet squeaks. All right, turning it on. Like the other cutter, these are dull, but they can't hurt you. This is a little plug that came out of it. That's a pretty fast way to drill holes. large holes drilled. No fuss, no muss. Kind of mess, but put a trash can under it. Almost all of it gets caught. Let me show you what I'm trying to accomplish here. This is a straight edge that I don't know who made it. It's vastly different than all the other ones that I've done and have fixtures for. So I'm basically going to turn this up on its edge. That 4x4 is going to bolt to this T-slot here, and then this will turn up. Bolts can go through these holes into the vertical leg of that 4x4, and I will be able to put one of these on this side and screw it in and clamp that to it. But I also need to be able to adjust the motion of it this way. So I'm going to drill some more holes in that leg and put adjustment bolts through here where I can put pressure here going this way, while the bolt going through the hole into the leg will put pressure going that way. And then that way I can kind of angle it out. See, this has already been planed before, and I don't want to take off more than I have to, so I need to be able to align it correctly. The 4x4, the vertical leg of the 4x4 is going to come up here and rest along this edge that we planed. And I think we'll be okay. So what I need to do is determine where my locations for my bolts are going to go. And the first one, I'm going to use this as a reference, because I know this right here is 4 inches. So this would rest on the planer table when it's vertical at 4 inches right here, and give me a 1/4 inch up on this edge. Well, this edge is hard to measure from because it's so irregular, but this edge I can get a good measurement from. So 5 3/8, that would be 4. So why don't I just measure it like this, dummy? If I go 3 1/2 inches, three and 1/8. Well, that won't work either, dummy. 1 7/8. What is this? Oh, this is a Universal Engineering. It's for a quick switch 200. Don't need that anymore. That machine's living in Bryan, Texas now. So if I come here, and then I have a hole coming through here. This will be 4 inches. So now I need 2 more of the larger holes and 2 holes that can be threaded for something. Let's go see what I have. Now I flipped it over, and I just have to locate the 2 bolts I need down here. Alico duals. Closest thing I've found to real beer there is. All right, the 2 inner holes need to be the same diameter as the other side, and this other one needs to be tapped for a, let's go with a 1/2 inch, 13 thread in these two. I'm nearly through making this jig. I only have to tap this hole here, 2 holes.
It'd been nice to have that new drill press.
Yeah, it is not going to happen. Maybe later, who knows what they want to do.
Yeah, they seem to not be sure. They bounce from one thing to the next. Seems like.
I don't know how old this tap is.
We'll find out in a minute. Actually, the older ones are probably better than the new ones.
Well, for being dull, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not old.
Yeah.
They get dull after I use them for quite a while.
Looks like you're making it through though. Past the danger point anyway. Got to tap this one too.
I tap that one over there. Ta-da! Good tapping fluid. Tap
Stuff like honey.
heavy.
That's like honey.
Yep.
So thick.
It sticks to the tool very well.
You know, it sticks to your fingers too.
Well, just put your fingers in the tool.
Just in it. You can't
Yeah.
do.
So anyway, I told him I told Brian, I said, if you want it and you pay the diesel, I'll bring it to you.
You know, I thought about that. I thought that coming back. I said, I bet that'd be a fun road trip. And all they'd have to do is pay diesel.
Well, a couple motel nights.
Still be a fun, that'd be a fun road trip. You get to go see them.
Well, you may get to go too.
Maybe.
Told him I'd put it in that piece of shit Chevy.
You may get it, you may not. You might have to come get us.
Yeah. I'll have to bring Don so he can push. All right. We can now tear this down and put the new fixture we made on. Pardon the heater noise, I gotta get it where Don can survive.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm a wuss when it comes to cold weather. If I could move further south, I would.
Nicaragua's nice this time of year.
I'd probably like it.
No, you
Costa
probably
Rica would probably be better.
You wouldn't like Nicaragua.
Costa Rica would be good.
All right. I think I'm going to set it up on this rail.
You need to make an A-frame cover for your planer table so you can never put nothing on it. You know, it'd be clean when you want to use it.
Gonna happen, Don.
You tried.
Then where would I put the A-frame cover? I put it. The fallacy of CNC,
No, it's all program side.
I would spend more time programming. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Clean it out first.
Is that what Jim?
Yeah, that's what jams it. Pick it up and slide it over.
Yep.
Just going to use 3 of these.
Yep. You may want to use this second one down here, huh? Because that's where most of the pressure hits in the beginning.
No,
Right at
pressure's down here.
the end. Towards the end.
It will fall over.
No, I was just seeing how it feels warped. Feeling.
It's warped all get out. That's my problem. But now I have a straight surface here to register against this.
Yeah, but it's not really. The only place it's registered is down here in the middle, but I guess that's okay. It's not even touching on either end.
Well, it's going through the middle. And it's lining up here.
Good deal. Pretty straight. That end's a little high.
Little high. Well, we went a little bit too much.
Split that difference. I'd stay right there and split the difference, reset your thing and try it again. 'Cause this was a little low, that was a little high. You about split the difference that time.
Yeah. Remember when I told you you needed to buy one of these? This is why you buy them for.
That's popped back up though.
Popped up quite a bit.
Yeah, that's what I said, split the difference and
Well, I did.
but you need to reset your deal.
Well, I did. Roll the tape back. You see me, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting closer.
See, Don, that's why I always have to videotape. Okay, now I'm going to hold this here. And
Which one?
Going to tighten that one up some. Because frankly, this
Probably
is
pretty close. You'll get it with that.
this is just.
Yeah, the scratching.
I mean, I'm really shocked that I can get this level. Just not even adjusting it here, all going by that. Okay.
You don't need a bowl on that one like this one?
No, it'll be okay. Take and tighten that one up just a little. No, with your wrench. That's good. Just a little bit. Okay. I put these bolts here
Yeah,
to counteract it.
to keep it out.
If I'd have put the bolt over here, it would have done the same thing, but it would have bent.
Like they did the other one we were doing. Yeah.
So I got 2 points basically holding it. Now all I've got to do is tap it into the right height and tilt, and then we can tighten it down a little bit more. I got to make some kind of stop for it not to go forward. Although it shouldn't go forward because of these bolts.
Might, yeah, but you had a little play in them bolts. It might go a little bit, you know, enough to loosen
Well,
it.
I'm sitting back here looking at the washer on this one, and it's right up against
It's
the
all the way
rib.
up against.
So maybe for what I'm going to do, we can get by.
A little insurance right here, maybe?
Well, that's the problem. What have I got to make to go up there?
Those big round ones are too high.
Well, the
Or not
big
high
round
enough,
ones are
or
not
not
high
high
enough. You know, you can put that in.
You could
But
set,
I need
you
to
could
be
set a
right
plate
here.
up against here, and then tighten up against the plate, maybe.
Then it will kick in underneath. You got to have stuff really, really rigid. Nothing you put between that will last.
Okay.
And even if I were to take and make some taller one of these, that's what happens to this stuff. In fact, that may be why that did that. They might have left it up there like that to try to get up high enough, and then
That could be, yeah.
I think half this stuff you need for fixturing, you just end up making as you need. See,
So
there
you wouldn't, you couldn't take one of those big blocks, stick it right here in between there, and just snug it, just as a little insurance. No? I'm just throwing stuff out there.
The only thing that I think would stand the pressure of a regular operation is one of these.
And then hold it down.
And then clamp it from either side. That's what we'll do.
I think that'll, just a little insurance, you know? Even better if that would fit.
If that would fit, that would have been wonderful.
And you're sticking out. You could probably get it in there. It's probably enough. Although it's coming up here a little bit. It's kicking up. Although you might be able to clamp it down a little bit. You might be able to put it back down a little bit. That's, you're not going that deep, are you?
I'm not going deep at all,
Because it's already been done,
but
right?
you got to remember, if you're going to do something with this much power, don't do it half-ass. And that would be half-ass. Now, this is good being up there, but you need to transfer here down to the table. This would be great as a stop.
So that wouldn't be enough to hold it just like that? Just crank it down? Can't go that way. This will stop it from popping up.
Yes, but this isn't good here. We'll take this out. So now.
You could loosen this a little bit.
Yeah,
Right?
but it's not that so much, maybe, but then it's really close to this.
But this sticks out further, so this is what
I know,
you're
but
trying
it's
to hold,
really
right?
close. I was looking at it before.
Mm.
See, it may go by there if we do that. Let's loosen it up and try it. We got an 1/8 of an inch.
Oh yeah, you go. That'll work.
Okay, if this will move.
If that'll move.
So let her loose.
Oh, pretty loose there. There you go. Now it's flush,
Lucked out.
flat there.
It's in line with this. Now we'll put a clamp on that and be okay.
That should be okay.
Okay. Let's tighten that up, please.
I want to check it with your deal again if you moved it.
Yep, it did. We'll get that part done. Okay.
Head off.
Let's tighten these up.
It moved a lot when you hit it. That's how you want it.
A little bit more. Okay. Okay.
That really isn't off that far, huh? Just a little bit on that eye on there.
So on that one corner,
Dress is pretty close.
that's as close as you're going to get it.
I think that's good.